Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Since I was born, been stacking my coin. These niggas pop, my money keep growing. The girl is a dot, she all on my groin. She blowing my horn, we fuck like porn. These rappers is whack, they lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money, it never get born. I'm loading my strap, they calling the law. Fuck around, they clap for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars, then it don't make sense. Got me sipping brown water, but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We're doing it live, ladies and gents. It's Monday. Dun, 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 dun. And it's crazy. Big Curious Mom in the house. I haven't seen her in a while. It's crazy because I totally missed the moon. This is right up your alley, Big Curious Mom. Moonalytics signal happened over the weekend. We got a new moon cycle. We're going to look at that trade. We live in a simulation, ladies and gents. We live in a simulation. Pure simulation. Because Bitcoin definitely follows the moon. And you may say, well, what do I need the Moonalytics signal for? If I can just use, well, because you gotta, entry means nothing. It's all about your exit, ladies and gents. You gotta have an exit strategy. Gotta have an exit strategy. So Moonalytics will help you with your exit strategies on those particular trades. So for example, let's go ahead and take a look at the Moonalytics signal we have for Bitcoin that occurred over the weekend. Again, we had a new moon phase. Okay, just happened. I literally looked at the chart this morning, didn't even realize it. So let me show you that really quickly before we get into the trades. I do have a trade. Actually, let me give you the trade for today. Let's get I don't want you to miss it because I'm already in it. We have a long trade on Ethereum right now. You can get in right now at the entry point that occurred really at 8:43 this morning. We're back down in that zone. So you have an opportunity to potentially make you some money this morning by going long right now on Ethereum. Okay, I went long on Ethereum right around this area. We're I'm up 2% on ROI. But yeah, you might want to enter here. You want to set your stop loss at around 45.99. Again, 45.99 on the stop loss. And your target, first take profit target is would be 0.82% from entry, which will put you at, I love the tooltip. I'm so glad I put the tooltip on the chart. And I might add additional statistics on there in the future. But right now, so 0.82 would be around 46.66. 46.66 would be your initial take profit target range. So let me go ahead and set all that up right now. Remember, initial take profit is going to, in this case, going to be an L chicken. You're going to take 50% of your profits. And then all your TP take profit signals will be dynamic. The only fixed one is your initial one, which is taking half your profits off the table and letting the rest ride, ladies and gentlemen. Locking in those games. We got House of Trades in the building too. Shout out to him. We're doing some major things with MGBX very soon. You might have seen the tweet. Lock that in because I'll be doing a AMA with MGBX this coming Thursday. So you definitely want to come and check that Twitter space out. It's going to be live like NBA 95. All right, so definitely lock in on that one this Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But back to the trades. Let's go ahead and set our stop losses up and our first take profit. Let's do that really quickly. Hit that like button as you guys come in. Remember, our stop losses should be about $45.99 on the Bloodalytics scalp. So let's go ahead and do that. Stop loss, $45.99 on the stop loss. Bada boom, bada bing. And we're heading up. We're heading up already. So I hope you were able to get that trade. Early bird gets the worm. I gave it to you right at the beginning of the live stream. So if you're late, you might have another opportunity. Hey, I don't know. I just flow with the markets. I let Bloodalytics show us the way. But our first take profit is going to be 46.66, right about here. And you can always determine your take profit by looking at the tooltip on the latest version of Bloodalytics, which is on the chart that you are provided when you sign up. Okay, this tooltip gives you your first take profit target. That first take profit should be 50%, or it could be 100%. It's up to you. If you want to just get your wins out the way for the day and get on with the day, maybe you want to take all of it. Maybe you want to take 75%. But I'm just letting you know how I model it. We take 50% at that first take profit target, and then the other ones are going to always be dynamic take profits from there. So it's kind of like up in the air on when and where those take profits after the first one are going to occur. So let me go ahead and do a partial at 46.66. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, 46.66. And we're gonna do 50%. Confirm. And I just got logged out. Okay. Alright, so let me log back in. My Crypto Space UK in the building. With the I don't know what in you avatar you got going on there, bro. Cryptomatic, I should say, is in the house. Shout out to him. We're live, ladies and gents, trading live with Bloodalytics. I gave you a live trade. I try to give you one every live stream. But I got to sign back in really quickly. We are currently in a long right now on Ethereum with a stop loss at 45.99. Okay, and I was in the middle of setting up my take profit, but I got logged out. So I'm logging back in now. Got to do the capture. Hit that like button as you guys come in. Now I got to do the, oh God. Okay, I gotta do this over again. So now I have to do the capture, and then I gotta do the damn email code. Then I gotta put in the Google Authenticator. Jeez Louise, ladies and gents. Good God. I don't know. I don't even know. Well, I guess I've been logged in since last week, so. And we'll look at last week's trade. Oh man, Jackson Hole did as well. Last week. Jerome Powell caving to the man. Trump's bullying him into lowering interest rates, which is actually the worst thing you could do. But hey, no one cares about the little man. No one cares about the little man at all. So let me find the login code for BYDeFi. Link in the description below if you want to trade over there with me. I've got a new partnership coming up with new exchange, MGBX. That's going to be a crazy collab. Where's my phone? Oh, I need my phone. 1 second. 1 second, guys. Glad I had some pants on. It wasn't in my boxers. Glad I wasn't in my boxers there, buddy. All right, so let me put this in really quickly. Big yard. 3. Bada boom, bada bang. That should be logging us in. All right, there we go, ladies and gents. There we go. All right, we live, baby. We live. Round of applause. And yeah, there actually, that reminded me, BYDFi has another promo going on. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. So you definitely want to sign up with BYDFi because they got some crazy promos going on right now. Let's get this take profit in play. Bitcoin, man. I'm real, like, it's a little weird what's going on with Bitcoin. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's the pressure from, I feel like people are a little skittish about what's going on with MicroStrategy. I'm not gonna lie, because Bitcoin is not performing the same way as Ethereum, in my opinion. It's not even my opinion, it's fact, right? Ethereum is clearly outperforming. I think the reason is because, let me just make sure. Okay. All right. So let's do this again. 4, 6, 6, 6. Take profit, half of that, confirm. All right. So now that is in play. We got our take profit, our initial take profit. We got our stop loss in play. And we got Bitcoin tanking. Ethereum is rolling over as well. Okay. Markets are bleeding out after the Jerome Powell pump on Friday, which to me lets us know that I told you that the markets would need more morphine. It would need another pump. I thought it would last longer than that. Okay, we just went short. We're going short, ladies and gents. Had to turn around and go short. So we're going short. Hurry up, get in that short. All right, we're in the short now. We're in the short. I was kind of late on the short. We turned that trade around. We're going short now, ladies and gents. You probably got stopped out anyway. So we're going short on Ethereum now. Going short on Ethereum now, guys. Michael says, why isn't XRP pumping? Even after the SEC dismissed the price as stagnant. Very good question, Michael. Because it was priced in. Big Curious Mom asks, isn't that part of the cycle for Ethereum to go next? You know, that color-coded cycle chart. Bitcoin greater than ETH, greater than large cap, mid caps, low caps. No, I don't think so. I know what you're referring to, Big Curious Mom. I think this is a little, the way this is behaving is a little, it would be concerning for someone that's bullish. It would be concerning for someone that's bullish right now. And let's take a look at the woo-woo, because Moonalytics spot on again. If you're trading the Moonalytics signal, which doesn't trade as often as the Scalpolytics, but man, the accuracy is phenomenal. So if you take a look at this chart, I don't have the Moonalytics chart set up on here yet, but look at that. Moonalytics gave us a short over the weekend at 3 a.m. in the morning. We went short on the new moon phase. You would have taken, 50, not even 50, just 25% of your profits here, and we would be deep in the money on this trade right now. You would have gone short on Saturday morning. Taking a little bit off the table here, and we're letting the rest ride. So this is quite interesting. Quite interesting. Up about 4% on this trade. If you would have traded the Moonalytics. So the moon phases definitely work in conjunction with the proper take profit strategy. It can be very lucrative for you. Now let's go back and see what's going on with Ethereum. So we just got a reversal again. So we're going to reverse this trade. We're going back long. I forgot. See, I normally don't get live and go live this early at the open. This is the washout. So they're just washing people out. I think we're going to go higher from here. I think we're going to finally get the right rally here. So you're now long on Ethereum. I got to wait for the next candle to form to get a stop loss level. But I think that first dump was to tap out everyone that was long initially. And then we're going long again. This is why I tell you, when you trade very small amounts so that you can get through these, markets and exchanges. They like to wash people out, especially if you're going big. You're putting everything on the line on one trade. It's not a good look. You're going to get tapped out quick. 1 or 2 lost trades, you're out of here. But if we look at last week's trades, so I just lost 220 on that short. I lost 149 on that long, initial long. But last week on Jerome Powell, made 1,200 on that trade, which is made up for all these small losses. Well, 348 here. Made 475 on that one. Made 362 on that one. So this is how you trade, guys. You take small losses, and then you have, the boom shakalaka. See these small losses. $100 here, $130 here, $200 here, $280 here. That was when we were going back and forth. I think it was Thursday, we kept going back and forth. But you got to stay with it, because we end up hitting it for 352, 475. Took a step back here, but boom, 1,200 here. That was the Jerome Powell trade, and we're starting the week off now. So again, my rule of thumb is 5 to 10% margin per trade. And if you're doubling down, you just add another 5 or 10% on your margin. And if you feel like that's too small of a trade, put more money in your account. That's what I suggest. That's what I suggest, mon frère. Yeah, because last week was and we're going to get back to the Moonalytics in a second, but I just want to go through last week's trade on Friday. Okay. This was a trade we made on Friday with Scalpolytics. We went long on Ethereum at 9:40 in the morning. Jerome didn't come on until I think 10 o'clock, and we were already in the money. So we just scaled out of that position going into Friday evening. We closed it here. Let me just bring this down. We closed the trade here at 9:30 that night, Friday night. We closed out the rest of the trade as we took profits along the way. So, and you guys know, one rule of thumb when trading Scalpolytics, I only trade during the U.S. zone. So you may see trades placed like these trades. This is why I don't trade during this time period. 7 o'clock in the evening on Wednesday, this back and forth stuff. Leave that shit alone. That's for the birds. That's for the birds. Trade around liquidity, high liquidity time zones, which Euro, US, I trade US. If you're going to use Scalpolytics, I suggest either one of those time zones. But don't trade any other time. I wouldn't. And don't trade over the weekend. I don't even allow you to. Like, I basically, I put a moratorium on trades over the weekend. Because the weekends really can get real weird. So we're currently back long on Ethereum after the washout at the open. Wisdom Bar says, we dying, I mean we dumping. I'm just concerned about Michael Saylor, man. I feel like he might kill himself. I'm not even gonna lie to you. When this shit unravels on him, I feel he already looks mentally unstable. He already looks mentally unstable, right? How do these trades close? Are they automatic, or do you have to get an alert and have to jump to the computer? So so these Scalpolytics trades are manually done. You have to be at the chart, see the chart, or set up your alerts. And I did a tutorial. My updated tutorial shows you how to set up alerts for your Scalpolytics subscription. I even did a shortened version of the video that just took the piece where it shows you how to do the alerts. So this is the, I'll drop a link to this. Setting up alerts. I'll drop it in the chat room right now. So it's literally like 3.5 minutes long. Big Curious Mom. You can watch that and you'll see how to set up alerts with Scalpolytics. So at least you get an alert when to go long, when to go short, and you just jump on there and place your trade. Johnny B says he's expecting rug pull with false flag for war. How many people follow Martin Armstrong? Martin Armstrong said that his model, his computer model called Socrates, I think, says that the NATO pact will create a false flag between Russia and Ukraine, which will then, in an attempt to get U.S. to fight Russia directly. So that makes sense, what you're saying there. And if that happens, markets tank. Markets go lower. But what we have right now with the pressure of selling right now coincides with, I think, Powell, kind of the Powell pump being fully traversed. Like, look at this. This was the pump on Friday. The pump was right here at 10 o'clock. We got in on our Ethereum trade well before the pump even came. Pause. But look, we're well below where we even started on Friday before the pump. So this whole pump was faded. And I told you guys to watch this area right here. If we broke below this area, that's an area of concern for me. And lo and behold, what did I say? If we broke below here, I think I said this on Thursday. We break below here. Next target is Trump's top from January 21st, the inauguration. We're sitting right there now. We actually even tried to punch through with no success on the hour chart. We got about a minute and a half left to close this hour, and we did rally up. So that is a strong little indicator there on this candle, on this hour chart, to see that we punched, the bears tried to punch through and close below Trump's top in January, but the bulls came in and bidded us back up. That's somewhat good news, but we got to hold this area. We got to hold this area. If I were a risk reward trader and just literally trading not with any specialized indicators or tools, I would say I would be buying in this area, because your risk reward is set up to where we're right there at the precipice of going lower. So you go do the opposite and try to go long and catch this area. We have basically, you can't really see this, but this is like a V, a steep V, and then here's another one. Remember, we trade V's and A's, and you fill in the blanks on what the V and the A means, but V's and A's. So this was the area I was telling you about before, the double V here, that if we broke would take us down to the Trump top. Moonalytics got us in on a short right here this weekend on Saturday at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will be deep in the money on this trade. Deep in the money on that trade. Link in the description below for Moonalytics if you guys want that. But I'm a little concerned about this fade. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought we would keep the momentum longer than one day, because you got to think the fade started. Maybe it's just because of the coincidence of the new moon phase. That could be a catalyst, but the fade ended not even 24 hours later. Couldn't even keep it a whole 24 hours. We were fading. And, we dropped from high, peak to trough. We're down 5% from Powell's, I guess you want to say, admission that he's going to lower interest rates next month. So will we get another pump next month on the actual lowering of interest rates? Probably. But that could be at a lower price, right? The pump could be initiated at a lower price on Bitcoin at $110,000 Bitcoin. So that doesn't really gain us any traction or additional movement up. MP says, don't we have some reports coming this week? Glad you asked, my friend. Let's look at forexfactory.com. That's what I normally use for my economic calendar. And so nothing today. Tomorrow we have really nothing. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday we have preliminary GDP and unemployment claims. So these two at 8:30 on Thursday might spark some volatility. And then we got core PCE index coming out on Friday at 8:30. So those 2 days possibly seeing some action there, but not really. Not really. I'm not expecting anything major there, because the Federal Reserve has lost all credibility, whatever they had left, in my opinion. I thought it was just stupid to listen to them. But, Wall Street does the pony and dance situation. And they act like they listen to them. So, with that being said, I think they are losing credibility with Wall Street, because they're flip-flopping all over the place. It doesn't make any sense. But again, my thesis on today's trade opening the week, this is a nice area of support. I would bank on it, a move up, because we've lost 5% over the weekend. That's a big move. That's a big move. Bloodalytics, look, Moonalytics caught it right on. So, I don't know, guys. I think we're going to head higher. Maybe not up to Powell's high on Friday, but I do think we're going to head higher before going lower. I think we're going to get a bounce here at this Trump top, which is, remember, this is the top that we had in the markets on Inauguration Day, January 20th or 21st. I think it's 20th. So this is a good area for some support in the markets after the bleed out from over the weekend. Again, the trade for today, we flip-flopped all different type of sour apple colors, but we are currently long again. We're long. I didn't set up my stop loss and take profit targets yet, so let's do that. Let's go back over to the Bloodalytics Scalpolytics system, and let's see. So we got an entry point here. We got our stop loss at damn near where we were before, so I'll just put it at 45.99 again. Let's do that. 45.99 for the stop loss. 45.99. So I'll lose another $162 if it goes the wrong way. And we're going to go back in and do a partial position. And we're going to do our take profit. 0.82% from entry, which will give us about 46.66. We're going to do 46.66 again. Let's just do 46.66 again. 46.66. Half our profits. Confirm. All right. So we'll groundhog today. We'll try this yet again. Try this yet again, guys. Nothing over on Bitcoin. We're outside of the range right now because of the big drop over the weekend. It kind of widened the gap here. But we might get a trade later in today's session. Just starting the day here in the U.S. So we'll monitor that. We will monitor that, mon frere. All right. So that's pretty much it for trades today, guys. I don't have anything else. Again, I do have an upcoming live or spaces, Twitter spaces with MGBX. I don't have a link in the description for them, but I'll have one later this week. We'll start trading over there. They're doing their thing. I like what they're doing. Their interface is nice. Spreads are good. So we're definitely going to start working with them. They're actually working hand in hand with me with Bloodalytics to incorporate that. We'll have copy trading capabilities with Bloodalytics over on MGBX soon. Soon. Can't tell you when, but soon. I'm working with the engineers now. So the swing trading Hedgealytics, which is the automated one, big curious mom, you're asking about, is it automated? The only automated one is your hedge fund signal. All right, the hedge fund is automated. We'll have that linked up with MGBX very soon. We'll have it linked up with BYDFi very soon as well. So you have multiple locations to trade or have your Hedgealytics, as my guy Jason Lenz calls it, the Hedgealytics signal which is the automated trading signal, you'll have multiple exchanges where you can have that set up. All right. So check out bloodalytics.com for more information on all of my signals available right now. We'll have more coming out soon. More Scalpolytics pairs, some swingalytics coming out as well. Moonalytics is just strictly your lunar trading. Highly effective. Again, you can set up alerts on all of these. I have a tutorial on how to do that. Just go to my main page on YouTube. You can check that out. I did drop it in the description of the video, or in the description, the chat room of this video, I should say. What's the word with Rice? I talked to Rice over the weekend. He's cool, man. Just chilling. We're going to do some streams very soon, so look out for that as well. He took a longer hiatus than I did. But he's doing good, man. He's doing good. My guy Rice is doing well. Yeah, I have to say that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you follow me over on X. That's where I get the most love. That's where I'm most active. CryptoBlood_ over on X, YouTube, and of course I stream all the time on Rumble as well. So come follow me on Rumble. Just past 1,000 followers on Rumble. So that's cool. What we got going on here? I got some alerts. Oh, look at that. What do you know, ladies and gentlemen? Live and direct. You got your take profit. I told you it was going to blow. I told you it was going to go. They just had to wash all the amateurs out who thought they were Nostradamus and put the whole house on the table on their trade, their long trade this morning. Got tapped out, but you got to keep trading. You got to keep going with the signal until you get your win. So there you have it, live and direct. We took 50% of our profits here on this Ethereum long. Let's see, let's go over here to trade history. Yep, market sale, we took 50%. So we got $85 locked in, and we're going to let the rest ride. We're going to let the rest ride. So we went short, or first I should say, we started with a long this morning. At the beginning of the live stream, that didn't work out. We went short, that didn't work out, and now we're back long. So we'll see how that pans out. This was our Powell trade from last week. So there you have it, guys. Bloodalytics live and in action. Might start doing more live stream, like two live streams, one at the beginning of the market and one at the close, just to kind of update people on trades. We'll see how that goes. If I implement that, probably won't be until like maybe the fall. We're almost there. Because when it's nice outside, I'm not trying to be in here in the studio doing live streams, man. I'm just not. I'm just trying to enjoy this good weather. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can always hit me up at algo@cryptoblood.io or on Twitter. Okay. At CryptoBlood_. That's it, though, ladies and gents. Thanks for tuning in, and I will check y'all later.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.